Hello everyone, welcome back. In this video, I'm gonna go shopping on the online craft sale website known as Etsy in search of some whacked out musical gizmos, and then when they show up, I'm gonna try to make some music with those gizmos. But before we get into it, I'll quickly let you know that today is the last day that my new course, The Craft of Soloing, is on sale for half off. When I used to teach guitar, I'd regularly have new students come to me and say that they've learned their scales in theory, but they didn't know how to turn that information into music. This course is designed to answer that question and show you the deeper musical elements that bring your solos to life. Things like discovering motifs, developing them, common pitfalls of boring solos, and stuff like that are all covered. For this course, I worked together with a live band to create hours of backing tracks so that you have something to practice along with. If you're interested, today is the last day that's 50% off when you use promo code EARLYBIRD50 at checkout. You can find that at samuraiguitartheory.com, links in the description. Anyways, let's get to it. So if you aren't familiar with Etsy, it's an online craft sale marketplace type thing where it seems like you can buy and sell almost anything. For example, here is a taxidermied rat done up to look like Wonder Woman that sells for $150. Who the market is for this kind of stuff, I have no idea, but I mean, if we can find a dead superhero rodent, we can probably find some pretty weird musical gear. Let's start browsing. I just typed instruments into the search bar, and one of the first things I found was this thing called a canjo, which is a single stringed fretted instrument that looks like it's amplified by a can. $64, this is what I'm looking for. This is what I'm talking about. Let's buy it. Okay, how about this one? This is a tiny little portable wooden guitar amp for $37, and it's made by a company called Mouse Electronics, who I assume are not associated with the taxidermist. Oh my God, it's a Plumbus Fuzz. Everyone has a Plumbus in their home, but now you can have one that's a guitar pedal too. I mean, I gotta buy this one. This is what I came here for, right? Okay, I've been looking through the synthesizer stuff, and I just came across this little animal. It is the circuit bent Furby, the freaking Furby. If you grew up in the 90s like I did, there was one year where these weird little fuzzy animal toys were all the craze. They were called Furbies. My understanding is that somebody took one of those things, stripped all the fur off of it, and did weird things to the circuit board to make it sound even more deranged than it normally does. Not the best $100 that I'll ever spend in my life, but buy it now. So my goal with this whole thing is try to make a song with all these weird things that I'm buying. For the drums, I have found this toy drum pad that, like the Furby, has been circuit bent to make it all glitchy and crazy. Let's do it. And to round off the order, I'm gonna buy this electric mini kalimba, which is like a thumb piano type thing. This has all been a lot more expensive than I thought it was gonna be, to be quite honest. But thank God for tax write-offs. Well, that's the order. I guess now we just wait a week or two for all this stuff to show up, and we'll take it from there. All right, my Etsy haul has now arrived. I've already taken the stuff out of the packages because, let's be honest, unboxing things in a video is kind of 2017. So what I'm gonna do now is just go through each one of these, try them out, give you some of my thoughts, and then attempt to make a song using all of them. Okay, let's start off with the canjo here. So this thing comes as advertised. It's a single string that's amplified by a beer can attached to some sort of wood that is not identifiable by its smell. The frets give us a bebop scale. So that's kind of cool. A lot of options for melodies here. Let's see what I can come up with. I mean, it's pretty fun. I don't particularly love the sound of it, but it's the kind of thing that you just leave around the house and plunk it now and then. And besides, with one string, it's never out of tune with itself. All right, let's move on and check out the cute little mouse amp. Back in my gigging days, my least favorite thing was hauling around my 60-pound Fender Twin Reverb. As far as portability goes, this is a gigging musician's dream. Let's see if the sound holds up. It sounds like a 2-inch $30 amp, but hey, if that's your thing, this could be your thing too. Okay, next up is something that's pretty interesting, but also pretty terrifying. The freaking Furby. It's got 2 switches on it. One switch turns it on, and the other switch allows you to choose between 3 settings. The first switch is normal Furby mode. Then you can go to glitched out Furby mode, which sounds like a normal Furby fighting a dial-up internet from the 90s. And then the last position makes it so that you can freeze it doing whatever sound that it's currently making. Okay, come on, let's do something here. Hello, come on, let's do something. Jeez. And freeze. I don't know exactly what triggers him to make noise. He just seems to kind of go off whenever he wants. Earlier today, I had him on the other side of the room and he let out a bellowing wail from the depths of his soul. And you know, I don't know when the last time was that I was that scared. Okay, calm down. As far as making music with him goes, my thoughts would be just to sample some of his sayings and intersperse that throughout a song. But besides that, what you can do is freeze it so that it makes just a steady tone. And then I'm thinking I will tune that to a bunch of different pitches and then control that with my keyboard. I was thinking I would try to make some percussion type sounds with it, but I'm not sure that that's gonna work, which makes me happy that I bought this thing, the drum pad. This one's relatively straightforward. You turn it on, plays a jingle, and then you can hit these drum pads to get different sounds. Now the modifications on here add a new element to this. One of the things you can do is plug a 1/4-inch cable into it so that your sounds are recorded that way, which is quite nice because if I was setting up a microphone to this tiny speaker, it would sound totally horrible. But besides that, this knob here allows you to rapidly trigger any of the pads. Change the speed of that. You can add some noise to it. Or make it glitch out. So I'm thinking with this, make a drum beat, and then I'll use this knob to make some fills out of it. And that brings us to the Plumbus Fuzz. It's just like any other fuzz pedal, except for it is built into this crazy 3D printed casing. It works pretty standardly. One knob controls the volume, one of them controls the tone, and then the other one controls the distortion level. I think this may be censored out because I'm pretty sure that the bot that looks through all my videos looking for adult content might think that this is adult content. If you want to see what it looks like, it is very easily Googleable. As far as fuzz goes, it's not my favorite of distortion sounds, so I'm going to try to do something a little bit different with it. I'm going to grab my Schecter Hellcat bass. Just as I thought, pairs pretty nicely. As far as fuzzes go, it's pretty fuzzy, and that will get the job done for me. And last but not least is the electric kalimba, which is a traditional African instrument, but what's not so traditional is the fact that it's smaller and it has an electric pickup in it, which is great because now I can plug it in and add effects like delay onto it. Of all the things that I bought, this is the one that I could actually see myself using again, whereas all of this is likely getting relegated to the shelf of weird things that I use once in a video and then never use again. So this pile of oddities is what I'm working with. I'm gonna spend the next likely many hours trying to put together a song using this. What you hear next is what I come up with. Here are my thoughts on this experiment. What you just heard was really hard to make. It's one thing trying to incorporate one weird thing and then relying on your usual bag of tricks to make it sound good, but it's a whole other thing trying to incorporate 6 weird things. It was a major struggle. It reminded me of those cooking show challenges where the contestants need to cook something with like fermented horse meat and vanilla ice cream and dried ghost peppers. Yeah, it was the musical version of that. As far as the actual gear goes, I mean, I tried to track down the weirdest stuff that I could find, so that's what I got. It's not going to be the most practical things in the world. Some of it seemed a little bit pricey, but I like the fact that most of that money is going towards an individual and buying the stuff supports what they do. So that's kind of cool too. I don't know that I need to do this experiment again, but if you think that I should, let me know in the comments. Ladies and gentlemen, that's that. Making music with weird stuff that I bought on Etsy. Remember that today is the last day that you can get my new course, Samurai Guitar Theory, The Craft of Soloing, for half off. This course was a lot of fun to make. Unlike the theory side of things, this kind of stuff can be implemented right away regardless of what genre you play or what your skill level is. I worked hard with a professional animator to make the obscure musical concepts easy to grasp, and there are hours of backing tracks so that you have something to practice along with. For one more day, it's 50% off with promo code EARLYBIRD50 over at SamuraiGuitarTheory.com. I'll also put up links in the description. Ladies and gentlemen, if you enjoyed this video, let me know by leaving me a comment, hitting that like button. If you want to check out another video like this one, you can hit that link up there. If you're new here, hit that subscribe button and stay tuned for a wide range of musical content. Until next time, I'm Samurai Guitarist, and I'll see you again soon.